Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I am challenging myself. I have this giant, and I do mean it's probably 3 feet tall, stack of paper and cardstock that I got from yard sales and flea markets over the past few years. And it's just sitting there, so I want to use it. So I'm going to maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'm going to pull out a piece of the paper or the cardstock and I'm going to use it on something. So I pulled out this it's a rather strange plaid. It looks bright on here, but it's kind of like a dark navy blue. And this is actually kind of a grayish cream in here. So I'm going to use this. I have pulled out 2 pieces of paper. This is GinaK's in the navy that I thought went well with that for the card base. And then I'm trying to decide between white and this cream. And I'm thinking the cream will be the best. So now let me get this cut up and score my card base and find a stamp and some die cuts that I want to use on this. And I will be right back. Okay, I am back and have cut out several things. I decided to go with the cream and the white together. Now this is GinaK Master Layouts, I want to say 13. Yes, 13. I cut this stitched rectangle, and that is here. This is a 5-inch by 1 and a little over a half an inch. So it'd be about almost 7/8. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 7/8. And I cut that paper up. I just cut some strips out of it. I have 3 pieces of this cream, 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then this white. Now the white I cut with Master Layouts 8. This measures 6 5/8 by 4 5/8, and this is gonna usually how I use a black background sometimes. This is going to be a white background with this on top. And then I chose this train stamp. This is from Local King Rubber Stamps. And I can't remember the name. Oh, here it is. All Aboard. This is a stamp and die set. And I just want to use the engine portion. All right. Going to do a little bit of playing around here. I'm going to take these and I'm going to put these scraps on here. And I'm just going to glue them down. And it really doesn't matter if any of the pieces are going to be showing or not on the top and bottom, because I'm going to cut this down a little shorter. And then I'm just going to take this piece here and I'm going to leave a gap. Probably would have just been easier just to put the glue on here. Then I'll cut this piece off. Get my scissors back out. I'm going to stagger the placement of these. So then that one's going to sit aside. And then I'm going to take another long one and go full in from this side. And just leave a small gap. Now I'll use this end. And I use this one because it has a stitched edge. So I'll use this end to get the stitched edge. Just easier to glue on here. Cut that end off. It's kind of like using scrap paper, like some of the scrap cards I have made in the past. Now this one I want to stagger even more, so I'm going to use this one in the center. and then use my last one and do the end pieces. I'll just cut this in half so that I won't need the whole half. It's going to be a different card. Okay, now I'll just trim my edges. Not that I would really need to trim the edges because I'm going to die cut it out anyhow. But I'm here, might as well do it. No, I'm not going to save that strip. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this and use the stitched die from Master Layouts 8 to cut this down. I'm hoping that, yeah, that one will fit. Okay. Okay. Now, I'll have to trim that a little bit. Not much. Okay. And that's how that is going to look. A little different. Now, I'm going to glue these two pieces together because the white is going to be the shadow layer for that. It just adds a little bit of brightness to an otherwise dull card, I think, at least. It may not look great when I'm done, but I'm going to try it. All right. Now that will go right center of that card. Hopefully, I can get it centered. Now I'm going to stand up to do that. I'm going to move that. Now you could take an embossing folder and emboss this piece, which kind of makes it look like all of the paper is one instead of random pieces, but I kind of wanted to go with the random pieces today. And I'm just holding that down. Just like that. Okay, now for the stamping. I'm going to use one of these cream for the inside of the card. And since I have, well, I have more than the sheet. I just cut that 12 by 12 sheet in half to cut my strips from. So I'll have another card to make out of that later on. But I want to use some of this, and I'm going to cut it down maybe a little smaller than that, and just put a decorative border on this card. Why not? I've got the paper here, right? I think I'll go with 2 1/4 inch. All right. And I'm just going to glue that down to the side of the card because I can. And it will add a little, pardon me, and I think I'll put it on this side because there was a little black spot there. Just line that up. It just adds a little something to the inside of the card. So they're not all plain on the inside now. Okay. Trim that off. And there. Now I'll glue that down to the inside. This would look nice even for a wedding card if you had the right print. And then you could put maybe a floral decoration up here or some hearts. Use your imagination. What would you fill in this spot with? Okay, now I'm going to use, this is an oval stitch die. This is from Want 2 scrap. It's WANT, the number 2 scrap.com. And I got this at a rubber stamp convention. I'm going to use this, but I'm going to stamp my train on here first. This shouldn't be a very long video today. It's going to take just a few minutes to put everything together. So if you have just a few minutes to make a card and you need a card quickly at home, think of what you can do. I'm going to put that right in the middle just so that I can choose where I cut out my die from. So if I don't get this straight, I can angle the card a little bit. Now I'm going to use GinaK's in the navy. I used this the other day on the bib overall card. And I think I just want this train to be blue. Now you can use red rubber stamps in your MISTI. You just have to be careful that you're not putting too much pressure on the hinges. And my MISTI is so old that if there was a warranty, there isn't anymore. And this will take a couple stampings. There. Sometimes rubbing it fills in the image a little bit more. And I think one more should do it. I want to make sure that's a nice and solid image here. That looks good. Now I'm just going to clean this off. Just going to use my tidy towel. Okay. Put that back in the folder. This does come with, you can get it with the matching dies, and I have those, but I wanted to put this on the circle itself, more of a flat card. Okay. Now, I'm just going to let that dry for just a moment. I have these other pieces. Okay. Now, this oval is just a hair. It's a hair over 4 3/4. There, and I want to get that kind of centered. All right. Yeah. All right. And I want to raise this up. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of ink blending on the edges, not a lot. I'm just going to get my small grip mat here just to hold it. And get out in the navy. Just a little bit. I don't want a lot on the edge. If I can help it, I don't want a lot on the edge. Just enough to shade it. I think I want to get a little turntable to put my grip mat on for when I'm doing things like this. Then I can just turn the table instead of picking up and turning my project. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. Yes, that's good. Okay. Now I'm just going to clean the ink off my grip mat, and I'm just going to use my tidy towel. Okay, now I want to pop this up. So I'm going to use my foam tape. And let's put this away before I have a not so happy accident with it. Just a little bit of liquid glue on there to give me some wiggle room. Yeah, come on, glue. There we go. I think, do I want it centered or do I want it off center? I'm going centered. Okay. While I'm up, I'm going to quickly get some gemstones for this. So I'm going to put you on pause for just a moment. Okay, I grabbed some gold flatback gems, pearls. Now, I do have a sentiment strip. I used GinaK's. These are the all at once greetings that you stamp all at one time, and then you use the die cut, and it cuts them all out at once. And I picked two. I have a happy birthday to you or birthday wishes. And I did them in white because of this, the background here being in white. Now, it's just trying to figure out where I want to put them on here and which one I want to put on there. I like that happy birthday to you, and I'm just going to lay it. I'm going to, nah. I was going to pop it up, but I don't think I am. Indecision today. And put this flat right underneath there. And I'm just going to hold that for just a moment. Now, of course, it needs a little bit of bling. Not a lot. I'm going to try, what will I do? I think just a simple wink of Stella. No, I want my silver gel pen. Let's see if this is the right. Okay. I'm going to trace some of the lines on here. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Just doing hits and misses of the colors. And it's not looking too bad. I do want to add a few more. Do a little bit on the cow catcher here. Let's see. Oh, yes, that added something to it. It really did. Okay, now I will add some of these golds. just kind of randomly. Well, that one, there's no glue on it anymore. Let's find one that does have glue. Nope, the glue's coming right off with them. There we go. Okay, that's my card for today. Very simple. I challenged myself to use that, what isn't a very pretty plaid paper, to make a masculine card. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.